Hi everyone! Once again, welcome to our YouTube channel, Research Ready and Student Matters Hub by Doc Lynn. At meron na naman tayong bagong lesson video. Maaaring habang pinapanood mo ang video na to, meron ka ng research title. At kailangan mo na rin gumawa ng questions, hypothesis, at yung design. Pero bago mo gawin yon, kailangan meron ka munang theoretical framework. Ang isang theoretical framework ay nagmumula sa isang theory. Ito ay ang nagiging foundation ng iyong study or ng iyong research proposal para makapag-identify ka ng statement of the problem or research questions dahil sa theoretical framework mo kukuhanin ang variables na gagamitin mo. Once meron ka ng research questions, you can now formulate your hypothesis and identify your research design. Kaya simulan na natin ang ating lesson video ngayon. Ang una, i-define muna natin kung ano ang theory at kung ano yung kahalagan niya or purpose niya sa iyong research. Ikalawa, i-discuss din natin ang theoretical framework at papaano ba siya gagawin. Ano ba yung mga important components sa paggawa ng isang theoretical framework. Magbibigay din ako ng mga examples para mas madali ninyong maintindihan. Let us proceed with the discussion by starting with the definition of a theory. A theory is a substantiated explanation of a natural phenomena based on empirical evidence according to Bradford and Gordon 2022. Madalas, ang mga researcher napapagkamalang magkapareho ang theory at hypothesis. They are both fundamental in scientific discourse, but they are also often misunderstood or used interchangeably in everyday language. Ang hypothesis ay isang specific, testable prediction about what you expect to happen in your study. At isa pa, ito ay nakabase sa isang theory or theoretical framework, previous research, or observations. Hypothesis and theory have different natures. Pag sinabing hypothesis, ang nature niya ay tentative and speculative. It proposes a relationship between variables that can be tested and either supported or refuted. Ang nature naman ng theory, it's comprehensive and it's widely accepted within the scientific community. Commonly, ini-integrate nito at gine-generalize na yung maraming hypotheses and observations. Example ng hypothesis: if plants are given fertilizer, then they will grow taller than plants that are not given fertilizer. So this statement is an example of a hypothesis. Let's give an example of a theory. The theory of evolution by natural selection. Ini-explain ito how species change over time through generic variation and differential survival. Ano ba ang purpose ng theory sa isang research? Theories systematically understand a phenomena. It explains how and certain patterns and relationships occur. How about its role in research? Commonly, ang theory ay nag-guide sa formulation ng una, research questions, specifically the variables that you're going to use. Pangalawa, hypothesis. If your research question requires a hypothesis. And then third is the interpretation of the data. It helps researchers to structure their unique inquiries and analyze findings with a coherent framework. Magbigay tayo ng example para mas madali ninyong maintindihan kung ano ang role ng theory sa inyong research. Example, meron akong study at ang title ng aking study ay Influence of Employees' Needs on Job Satisfaction and Performance. As a researcher, kailangan kong mag-isip, ano ba ang theory na pwede kong gamitin kung ito ang aking research title? And nag-review ako ng mga literature para makakita ako ng tugmang theory para sa aking study. I have to think of the keyword to look for my theory. At kung babalikan ko ang research objective or title ko, I will be studying about employee motivation. So there you are. The keyword is employee motivation. Pwede akong pumunta kay Google Scholar at isearch ko ang employee motivation theorist. Pwedeng marami akong makita kapag ginawa ko yon. Meron po pwedeng incentive theory, Herzberg's two-factor theory, Bloom's expectancy theory, yung kay David McClelland at kay Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Siyempre, ako yung may-ari ng papel, I know its contents, and I know what will be the direction of my paper. Mas nakita kong suitable ang kay Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Since etong kay Abraham Maslow, it proposes that individuals are motivated by 5 hierarchical categories of needs, ranging from physiological needs, which is considered as the lower level, such food and shelter, to self-actualization needs, such as personal growth and fulfillment as the 5th level. Then, after kong makahanap ng aking theory, pwede na ako mag-formulate ng research questions base sa konsepto ni Maslow. Ang konsepto niya ay yung 5 levels of needs from the lower to the highest level needs. Etong mga concepts na to ay pwede kong gamiting variable sa aking research questions. So sinabi natin kanina na ang theory ay nakakatulong para makapaggawa tayo ng research questions, yung design ng ating study at yung sa interpretation ng ating data. Let us take an example, the title that we have given a while ago, Influence on Employees' Needs on Job Satisfaction and Performance. If we're going to take a look into this title, we have the independent variable, which is the employees' needs, and the dependent variables, which are job satisfaction and performance. If you're going to notice, we don't have sub-variables for employees' needs. Questions such, paano natin siya aalamin? Doon papasok ang theory. So, ang ginamit natin ay si Abraham Maslow. Meron tayong 5 level of needs. But, as a researcher, you might decide to consider only the lower and then the highest level of needs. So, talking about employees' needs, we can use the concept of Abraham Maslow, which we can identify as variables. First question that we might have based on this theory is, to what extent does fulfillment of lower order needs like physiological and safety influence job satisfaction among employees? From the first research question, we have used a variable from the theory, and that is the physiological and safety needs. We can have another research question. Do higher order needs such as STEAM and self-actualization correlate to their performance? Again, based on the theory, we have used variables self-STEAM and actualization from the Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs concepts. Given these 2 research questions, we can see that we have obtained or get a variable from the theory. At the same time, we have also used our major variables. Let's proceed with the hypothesis. Since we already made the research questions and we got the variables from the theory that we use, punta tayo sa hypothesis. You can only have hypothesis based on inferential questions that you have made and the variables that you have included based on your theory. So, on your research question number 1, we can formulate a hypothesis as well as with your research question number 2. Ang ibibigay kong example na una ay yung tinatawag nating alternative or positive hypothesis. So, ang iyong hypothesis number 1, employees who feel their physiological and safety needs are met will report higher job satisfaction. Based naman sa iyong research question number 2, higher levels of self-esteem among employees will positively correlate with job performance matrix. So, base itong mga hypothesis natin dun sa inyong research questions. I use here alternative hypothesis. For instance, I have read papers or theory in the field which often influences the hierarchy of needs to job performance and satisfaction. So nakita ko sa mga nabasa ko na madalas meron talagang correlation or relationship yung needs ng employee sa kanyang job satisfaction at performance. So I might use a alternative hypothesis. But you can also use null hypothesis na laging ginagamit sa mga schools na very common. The default position that there is no real effect or significant difference in the situation being studied. Commonly, we use alternative hypothesis, especially if you're going to read published articles or papers. But if your school requires null hypothesis, it will be easy. Sige, gawin natin siya. Base dun sa ating research questions, pwede tayong magkaroon ng null hypothesis na employees' perceptions of their physiological and safety needs do not significantly affect the reported job satisfaction. Or, gawin natin yung common na format na ginagawa ng mga schools. There is no significant effect on the job satisfaction of employees based on their perception of physiological and safety needs. Let's proceed with your research question number 2. Pwede tayong magkaroon ng null hypothesis na the level of self-esteem and actualization among employees do not significantly correlate with their job performance matrix. Or, yung common format, there is no significant correlation between higher levels of self-esteem and actualization among employees and job performance matrix. Bukod sa paggawa ng research questions na pwede kang makakuha ng variables, at pangalawa, hypothesis, nakakatulong din ang theory sa interpretation ng data or yung tinatawag nating analysis. As researchers, we can interpret data within the framework of Maslow's theory in order to understand such, first, whether the fulfillment of specific needs predicts higher job satisfaction and better performance. Second, how different levels of needs interact to influence overall motivation and job-related outcomes. Habang ini-interpret na natin yung data, makikita natin ang result ng study ko after I tested it based on the theory and the hypothesis ay makikita mo na halos kapareho ng teorya or konsepto ni Maslow. Pwede ring lumabas pagkatapos ng analysis mo base sa Maslow's hierarchy of needs na hindi kayo kapareho or hindi kayo magkapareho ni Maslow ng konsepto pagdating sa employees' needs. Let us proceed now to theoretical framework since we are done explaining what is theory and its purpose in your study. So itong theoretical framework, ito talaga yung nagre-reflect sa mga research paper, master's thesis, or dissertation. Let us first define what it is. It is a structure that guides research by relying on a formal theory constructed by using an established, coherent explanation of a certain phenomena and relationship. Ang karagdagan pang sabi ni Creswell, ito raw ay foundation upon which research is built, offering a lens through which data can be interpreted, variables can be identified, and relationships between these variables can be examined. Ang purpose ng theoretical framework ay mag-provide ng foundation ng research. It also offers a lens through which data can be interpreted and understood. In other words, ang iyong theoretical framework ay dapat tama kasi tinutulungan niyang i-position yung study mo within the broader field of knowledge. Ano ba dapat ang laman ng iyong theoretical framework kung ikaw ay gagawa? Para sa akin, meron siyang 3 major components. Typically, dapat nandyan yung tinatawag nating core theories. Dinidiscuss mo yung main theories that underpin the study. Pangalawa, yung concepts and constructs. Dinidiscuss mo yung key ideas derived from these theories kasi iyon yung magiging basihan ng variables na gagamitin mo. At pangatlo, the relationships. You need to explain and establish the connections of the theory or theories into your current study. Discuss natin yung 3 major components ng inyong theoretical framework. Let us start with core theories. Given an example, yung kay Abraham Maslow kanina. Ang core theories, these are the primary theoretical frameworks or concepts that provide the foundation for research. Ma'am, pwede bang isa lang ang gawin naming theory or ilagay namin sa aming research? So sabi nga natin dito, you can have core theories. And they are essential for understanding the subject matter which can guide again for formulating your hypothesis, your research questions, and the methodologies. Pwede ka rin maglagay ng supporting theories. These are additional theories that can complement the core theories. They might offer further insights or explain secondary aspects of your study under a certain phenomena, or it can provide alternative perspectives. Ito yung example natin dun kay Abraham Maslow. So kung makikita natin dito sa example, ang core theories ay yung kay Abraham Maslow. So, diniscuss natin siya, nakita nyo yung format, tapos sinabi din natin kung para saan ba tong theory na to. In other words, tayo bilang researcher, dinidiscuss natin kung ano yung nakita at naintindihan natin sa ating nabasa. Dito sa discussion ng core theories, hindi natin ikinopy-paste kung ano yung nabasa natin sa libro or other article regarding Abraham Maslow. As a researcher, you have to do your part. You have to either summarize, you quote, or you paraphrase a certain source. After discussing the core theories, second that you need to do in your theoretical framework is discuss the concepts and constructs. After reading Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you can understand now what are the concepts and constructs that are from the theory. Concepts help to categorize and make sense of the various elements of the phenomena being studied. They give you clarification and focus for research by specifying what will be studied and measured. Third naman na dapat na mag-reflect sa presentation ng iyong theoretical framework is yung relationships. Pag sinabing relationships, ano ba yung kahalagahan, ano yung importansya, at ano yung koneksyon ng ginagamit mong theory sa study mo? Once you have identified the constructs, discussed how they are related to one another based on the theories that you have used. This typically involves outlining the direction and nature of the relationships. I-summarize mo yung key relationships tsaka yung kanilang theoretical underpinnings. I-emphasize mo din yung understanding dito sa relationship na to na makakatulong para ma-address yung research question mo and ultimately ma-achieve mo yung studies objectives. Ito yung example ng isang presentation kung paano i-discuss ang relationship ng iyong theory sa iyong study. So, yung kay Maslow pa rin ang ginamit dito. At base sa presentation, dinidiscuss niya yung relationship ng constructs sa iba pang constructs. Or maari ka ring magbasa ng iba pang mga research article para masuportahan mo yung sinasabi mong relationship among constructs. That ends our lesson video. Sana meron kayong natutunan na maaari nyo nang gawin at gamitin sa inyong research paper. Magkakaroon ako ng separate lesson video kung saan magbibigay ako ng mga example kung paano kayo makakapag-derive ng inyong theoretical framework out sa inyong title at makagawa ng research questions whether ito ay inferential or descriptive. Ganun na rin ang paggawa ng hypothesis. Kung nakatulong sa iyo ang video na to, please like, share at paki-subscribe na rin ang ating YouTube channel para updated ka sa mga lesson videos na meron tayo. Again, we unlock insights to empower your minds. Thanks for watching. God bless everyone.